guys, it's Drew. I miss you all so much, but I'm coming at you live from my house. I did have my baby, and it was pretty great. Now he lives outside of me, crazily enough. But today I wanted to talk about why I think my family is a latte. I believe that I'm the espresso in the latte because I come from the other parts that come before the espresso, a little bit of a byproduct of the other systems that function, and I'm strong and resilient. So let's get started. First, in the latte, you have a bean. I think this resembles my mom because alone it might be a little dark and sometimes bitter and not taste very good. But after it's synthesized through the rest of the machine, it's a little more palatable and can sometimes be tasty. Now I'm going to pour the beans into the grinder. I believe the grinder represents my sister. My sister, in many ways, she helps bring me down to like a more real and authentic version of myself. She also kind of puts pressure on me, breaks me apart, but it's to be a better person and to bring like richer flavor into my life. Next, we have the tamper. The tamper is what levels out the grounds once they come out of the grinder, and they're now sitting in the portafilter. That's my dog, sorry. The tamper reminds me of my mother-in-law, Danny. She reminds me of a tamper because she keeps me grounded and kind of reminds me, grounded, get it? She reminds me to just stay even, stay steady, and that everything's gonna be all right in life. So the tamper actually presses down and compresses the grinds into a puck, just like Danny. I'd like to say that the hot water resembles my brother-in-law, Kyle. I think Kyle reminds me of hot water because he is an essential and a staple in my life. He's one of the strongest male figures that's just always been there. But at the same time, his temperature can sometimes scold people or just set them off a little bit. And here I come! The espresso! Next, you'll go ahead and see that the espresso falls right into the mug perfectly. I'd like to think that the mug is my husband Caleb because he's my home in many ways. He comforts me and he always gives me a safe space to live and be and feel helped. I also really love the mug because it's a fun accessory you get to pick out with your latte. Next, we have the milk. My choice, almond milk. The milk is my son Crew because he is soft and light and sweet, and I think that he spends most of his time drinking milk, so it's only appropriate. And then as for the cream and sugar part of it, I chose Dean and Anne. That's my childhood best friend and her mom. Anytime that life just seems to be getting down a little bit, they always tend to come in right when I need them and just sweeten things up for me, and it's awesome. Peppermint, because 'tis the season. Next, we're going to steam the milk with the wand. I think that the hot steam is kind of like God in my life, because while God came in a little bit later into my actual timeline, it brought a lot of transformation, and it especially elevated my heart and brings me to higher places and want to do better things and love people with more intentionality. It can also be seen as one of the more hospitable and inviting parts of the latte. Lastly, but of course not least, we have the foam on top of the latte. This reminds me of my dear friends, the Aura Hoods, Kaylin and Daniel. They're like family to me in so many ways. But one of the things they always bring to me is just a smile. And I just think it's funny every time you take a sip of a latte, no matter how serious or posh or cool or professional you are, a good latte always has a good mustache. And that makes everybody giggle. Anyway, that's a latte, and that's my family.
Coffee up.
And in this house, we start them very young.